Right now, officials are continuing to search for a Jefferson County man involved in a double homicide case from 2020. Also, construction has started on one of the most popular routes into downtown Madison, where and what you should know to avoid. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all had a great weekend. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is renewing calls for hunters to keep an eye out for the suspect of a 2020 double homicide case. Deputies have been searching for 61-year-old Kevin Anderson for the last 3 years. He faces 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He's described as a white male in his middle 60s, 6 feet tall, with blue eyes and balding brown hair. If you see him, do not approach him and immediately contact local law enforcement. Back in 2020, Jefferson County deputies were dispatched to a possible burglary. When they arrived, they found Anderson's sister and brother-in-law, 57-year-old Nedra Lemke and 59-year-old Jim Lemke, with gunshot wounds, dead in a driveway of Nedra's late father's home. According to the Wisconsin DOJ, the deputy on the scene was then shot at from the home. He returned fire before seeing black smoke coming from the house, which later went up in flames. Let's head out to the weather patio. Meteorologist Jacob Montesano is looking at your certified most accurate forecast. Beautiful Monday out there.
Yeah, especially considering the time of the year that it is occurring. I mean, just about completely clear skies. The wind is not too bad either, and the temperatures are very comfortable. 57 degrees in Madison. Although it does say a northwest wind at 13 miles per hour, right now, I'm not feeling anything out here on the weather patio. Now, looking at the current temperatures across Dane County, some parts of the county are near 60 degrees, and there is even parts of our area in the 60s, 61 in Janesville. The temperatures are going to continue to be beautiful throughout the afternoon. So looking at the current wind speeds, though, they are a little bit breezy in some locations, but overall they're not going to be as bad as they were at times yesterday. Looking at the forecast for today, high temperatures will be right in the middle to upper 50s. High temperature we'll continue to see complete sunshine, and as we get towards the evening hours, we're going to continue to see those clear skies as temperatures will fall pretty quickly, considering there will be clear skies. We could see temperatures in the 30s as early as 8 p.m., but then by tomorrow morning, we are going to see those temperatures a bit colder than what they were this morning. Now, in general, the nice weather is going to last throughout much of this week. We aren't expected to see much rainfall, but I'll have the full forecast coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, we'll check back. Thank you. Do you have a question or concern about your plants or garden? Send us your questions via email right now to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us later in the show to answer your questions. Again, that's tips@channel3000.com. This morning, John Nolan Drive was officially down to 1 lane in each direction under the Monona Terrace. Workers will be replacing the plumbing in the underside of Monona Terrace. If you do have to take John Nolan, officials say to be cautious for workers in the tunnel. The project expected to last until mid-December. If you're planning to take John Nolan anytime soon, officials warn to plan ahead. Whether you're driving or flying, get ready for crowds, heavy traffic, and long lines this Turkey Day. AAA says it's going to be the busiest Thanksgiving in several years. Nearly 55.4 million people will be traveling between the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and the Sunday after the holiday. That includes upwards of 49 million Americans driving. In the skies, airlines are expecting a record-setting number of passengers over a nearly 2-week period, including the weekend before Thanksgiving and the Monday and Tuesday after. In Southern California, a state of emergency is in effect due to a massive fire Saturday morning that shut down one of the busiest freeways in the city. The blaze was so hot that it melted metal guardrails. The Santa Monica Freeway is a major artery traveling right through the heart of Los Angeles. 300,000 drivers depend on it for their daily commutes. But the closure will affect millions, from I-10 drivers to those on neighboring freeways, as well as surrounding communities, as commuters try to get around the closure.
It's of significant consequence to the economy, to the health and safety of Angelenos.
Governor Gavin Newsom has requested assistance from the White House, and today hazmat teams will remain on the scene to make sure the area is safe before fire investigators and engineers start their own critical work inspecting the bridge deck and columns to determine the extent of the damage. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. 4 new toys are being inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame. Plus, you can get a glazed donut for free at Krispy Kreme today. Find out how in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Design your dream kitchen with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Installed in as little as 2 days, backed with a lifetime warranty. Plus, with Mad City's price lock guarantee, once you receive a free design consultation, we'll lock your price in and guarantee it for 1 year. And we're ready to take your call now during our holiday savings sale. Receive 75% off installation of a cabinet refacing project, 48 months, 0% interest, senior and military discounts. Plus a bonus, receive $500 in Mad City cash with your cabinet refacing purchase. Good for future home improvement projects. And call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental, $250 for eyewear, and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and a free fitness membership at more than 20,000 locations. Call 1-866-249-1748 now to request your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-866-249-1748. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
Score the lowest prices of the year right now at Brothers Main's Black Friday sale. You won't find lower prices anywhere. And enjoy our free delivery. Shop family-owned Brothers Main's low price guarantee on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Feel like family. Brothers Main.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
Moody's Investor Service changed its outlook on the U.S. government from stable to negative, citing rising interest rates, the deficit, and political polarization in Congress. In a statement, the White House said it disagrees with the shift, arguing the U.S. economy is strong. 4 new toys have been inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame: baseball cards, Nerf toys, Cabbage Patch Kids, and the Fisher-Price Corn Popper will go on display permanently inside the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. One resurging classic toy, the Ken doll, did not make the cut despite the success of the summer's blockbuster Barbie movie. Barbie entered the Hall of Fame in 1998. And a sweet campaign to mark World Kindness Day today. The first 500 customers at participating Krispy Kreme locations can get a dozen glazed donuts for free with no purchase necessary. The company says it hopes the giveaway will inspire people to be kind and share them with others. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Let's check Wall Street on this Kindness Day. The Dow Industrial is up 89 points. The NASDAQ down 20. The S&P 500 is up fractionally. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Pam's egg prices are next, along with Jacob's forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll head to the movies with our Will Loper. We'll find out what he thinks of the new movie, The Holdovers.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized Black Friday sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
The kitchen is where family gathers during the holidays, so make your space more inviting with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens. Add beauty with new door and drawer fronts with soft close hinges and glides. Improve functionality with pull-out shelves, lazy Susans, new countertops, and a new sink. We install in as little as 2 days, and with our price lock guarantee, we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Plus, now during our holiday savings sale, receive 75% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 48 months, 0% interest, senior and military discounts. As a bonus, receive $500 in Mad City cash, good for future home improvements. Grab the phone, call during this program, and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
This is Rhonda. She's a soul line dance instructor. And this is Rhonda's Good Feet story.
I love dancing, but I had foot pain and hated the fact that I had to sit out a couple dances. But since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports, I definitely have not felt the pain. I am able to dance longer, feel happier. My energy levels have increased. Once that energy gets into you and you're feeling good, double spins.
Get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized Black Friday sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Y'all not ready for this. Scandival put her through it all. Ariana Maddox has tips to find love after loss. Plus, the hilarious Gabriel Iglesias on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Tuesday morning, we're live at the Goodman Center with how you can give back this holiday season.
We'll have an update on our annual Thanksgiving basket drive.
And we'll have an update on the mild temperatures throughout the week into the weekend. Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. How are you on this Monday?
Short sleeve weather. This is crazy. This is absolutely amazing. And I know that a lot of Wisconsin farmers are going to beeline it towards the fields. I got a couple text messages this morning from guys that are broke down, but hoping that they're going to find the right part and get everything going. This is gorgeous. This is really going to be a relief to a lot of farmers that were concerned about the harvest pace. But not exactly what our Wisconsin deer hunters might be looking for. It doesn't look like we're going to have any tracking snow, that's for sure, coming up this weekend. But I do want to remind you about a couple things that all deer hunters should be mindful of, and that is making sure that you are getting permission to hunt on private land. We know there's a lot of public lands that are available out there, but if you're going to be planning to hunt on private land, make sure that you're using the time this week to renew those conversations, get in touch with the landowners, make sure that nothing has changed. You know, maybe this year they've got cattle out on a field that you used to hunt. Is there a fence someplace that wasn't there before? Those are the kinds of things that you can learn by just talking with folks. And let's face it, you're taking advantage of their resources, and they need to know who is going to be out there. I just talked to Jason Mungnaini from the Wisconsin Farm Bureau Federation, and he said, remember, you don't have to have land posted to keep people from hunting on it. In Wisconsin, you must have permission before you can be on that land. And that includes if for some reason you wound a doe or a buck and it goes onto somebody's adjacent land, you need permission to be able to go over and retrieve that animal. If they say no, then as we say, it's back to the ground with that animal, unfortunately. DNR also reminding people that they are continuing to accept donations for their annual venison program. That started in 2000. Hunters have donated more than 98,000 deer, 3.9 million pounds of venison, and Wisconsinites really look forward to this, the deer donation program. If you want to find out how you can be involved, you already know that your freezer is going to be full, then just go to the Wisconsin DNR website and find out exactly what kind of guidelines they've got in place for harvesting that deer, and they'll be happy to collect it and channel it to a place where that venison is welcome. So I wish all the deer hunters best of luck. Barrel cheese today, everything in the marketplace. Did you see those soybean prices 30 cents higher? Well, dairy is up today as well. Barrel cheese 2.5 cents higher, 167.5. 40-pound block cheese up 4 1/4. 164.25. Even AA butter up 4.5 today to 264.5 per pound. Yeah, like I said, this weather is definitely not what we expect for, the 13th of November. Kind of crazy that way, but I'll take every bit of it.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's going to go on for a while.
Yeah, 60s? Holy
Let's find out. Let's find out. Thank you, Pam. Here's Jacob with the complete forecast.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. We could possibly see those temperatures in the 60s later this week. And we also are going to remain dry. There's only a very small chance of rain as we head towards the later portion of the week. But we're going to see plenty of sunshine. We are going to see those mild temperatures, and we are going to be dry. So for this afternoon, we're going to continue to see that sunshine. High temperatures will be in the upper 50s. Some areas already in the lower 60s. We could see a few other places get to the lower 60s. As like I mentioned, we're going to continue to see plenty of sunshine. Now, clear skies are going to continue tonight, and tomorrow morning will be a lot colder than this morning. Temperatures will likely drop below freezing for a lot of our area, but they're going to rebound very nicely by tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures will once again be in the upper 50s, although tomorrow it will be a bit cloudier. We still are expected to be dry. As we go into Wednesday, more sunshine. In fact, temperatures are going to get even warmer as we could possibly see high temperatures near 60. And this may not be the only day this week where we see those highs in the 60s. If we look at our next 10 days, we could hit 60 on Thursday as well. Now, Friday is going to be one of those days where it does look like temperatures are going to cool off throughout the day rather than warm up. And the temperatures will remain a bit cooler over the weekend with highs right around 50. But as you can see, it's still going to be above average for the weekend. And then as we get towards next week, we have a much better chance of rainfall, and that will really cool things off by the time we get to Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, we're going to have high temperatures possibly in the 30s. So the one problem with this week's forecast, though, it is going to be a bit windy. Now, today the winds aren't too bad, and they're actually going to get better throughout the day with calm winds tonight. But tomorrow is going to be opposite of today with the winds. It's going to increase throughout the day, and especially by the time we get to the overnight hours, we're going to see some pretty gusty winds tomorrow with gusts possibly up to 40 miles per hour at times. Wednesday, similar to today, it'll be breezy, but it is going to improve throughout the day, and we'll have another break from the winds Wednesday night. But it does look like Thursday will also be pretty windy. As far as those rain chances go, we're really going to see nothing this week with the exception of maybe Thursday night, but even then it's going to be very light. But by the time we get to next week, that's when we have a better chance to see the precipitation, but that's nearly 7 days out, so it's still unclear how that system will form. Let's take a second and check out our photo of the day. This was sent in by Alice showing some Halloween decorations, and we're getting to the time of year where very soon we're going to start getting pictures of Christmas decorations as Thanksgiving is just at the end of the 10-day forecast. Now, you can submit your own weather photo either through our app or through the email address you see on screen, which is firstwarn@WISC-TV.com. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. We're going to see those mild temperatures through Thursday, cooling down for Friday, and then we're going to stay right around 50 for highs over the weekend, which will still be above average. And then as next week rolls around, we do have a good chance of rain beginning Sunday night and lasting until Tuesday, and that will cool things off for Thanksgiving. It does look like we also are going to see some more snowflakes possibly, but at this time it doesn't look like we're going to see any accumulation. So outside of the wind, the next 4 days, if you include today, will be just about perfect, especially considering the time of year. And the average high this time of year is supposed to be in the 40s, and as I mentioned, we may hit 60.
Living on borrowed time, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely get out and enjoy the weather because we may not hit 60 for quite a while after.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen showing you how to make the best mashed potatoes ever for your Thanksgiving dinner.
To me, after the turkey and gravy, the next most important thing at Thanksgiving dinner has to be the mashed potatoes. And although they're easy to make, we hear that many of you need a little help with the basics. So let me show you an easy, no-frill way to make them this year that won't let you down. We start by boiling some potatoes that we peeled and cut into chunks. I like russet potatoes because they cook up just right and aren't too starchy. After these cook for a bit in our fork tender, we drain them really well. Draining them well is the key here. Now I'll put them back on the stove to make sure all the water is gone. Then in the same pot or a bowl, we add some butter, milk, or buttermilk if you prefer, and a little salt and pepper. Now you can beat these until they're silky smooth, or if you like them a bit chunkier, simply beat them a bit less. Either way, when these simple but incredible potatoes hit the table, they're ready to get all sorts of oohs and ahs. a bit of gravy on top, and all is good. To get the recipe for what we call our best mashed potatoes ever, simply visit our website. You'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found the best ever way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead of noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Email those questions right now to tips@channel3000.com. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're tired of that old, outdated kitchen and ready for a change, consider cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens, the easy and affordable way to achieve a modern, high-end look without a lengthy, expensive remodel. Upgrade to soft close doors and drawers backed with a lifetime warranty. Don't put off updating your kitchen any longer. Do it now during our holiday savings sale and receive 75% off installation of a cabinet refacing project. Great financing with 48 months, 0% interest, senior and military discounts, plus a bonus. Receive $500 in Mad City cash with your cabinet refacing purchase to use for future home improvement projects. And last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
Have Medicare and Medicaid? iCare's dual eligible special needs plans offer an $1,800 annual allowance for eligible groceries and more. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. Email them to tips@channel3000.com. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Beautiful orchid.
Yeah, this is Phalaenopsis, or a moth orchid. They're super easy to take care of. And once you get them flowering, they bloom for such a long time.
Months.
Yes, yes. So bright indirect light. You don't want direct light or sun on the leaves. They get sunburned.
Really?
Yeah, they'll get a little sort of a reddish cast to them. That means they're getting too much sun.
And water?
Once a week, generally. And don't forget that they're not generally in soil. They're in some other kind of potting medium, so you want to soak it so that that bark absorbs some water.
All right. Let's get to our questions. Carolyn asks, if she buys a poinsettia now, what's the best way to care for it so it lasts until Christmas?
So poinsettias, the flowers are those little yellow things in the middle. The colored part are bracts, which is sort of a modified leaf. So once they're colored, they pretty much stay colored. The trick is to make sure that they're not in a drafty spot, that they get plenty of light, and also that you don't overwater. Sometimes you'll get them and they'll be in like foil wraps or some kind of some sort of container, and you want to make sure that they get good drainage. That's the trick, because they don't like to be wet. They're actually a euphorbia, so they're kind of not exactly a succulent, but along those lines.
All right, Jeff wants to know, he found some glad bulbs in his garage he bought back in May. Can he still plant them?
No, Jeff, do not plant those now. They will not last in the ground over the winter, but a lot of people do plant their glads in the spring and then dig them up and then replant them and save them from year to year. So put them in a dark, airy, cool place. Make sure that as long as they're still firm, they're not dried out or mushy. Just store them over and then remember to plant them at the end of May next year.
Sounds like my garage. All right, Deborah has 2 Thanksgiving cacti that have no buds this year. Why?
Well, it's hard to say, but the trick with all of the Thanksgiving and Christmas cactuses is to make sure that they have regulated day length. So day length is what spurs the flower buds to form, and a little bit cool temperatures. So put your cactus in a room where they're going to get plenty of bright light during the day, but at night it's going to be dark, and in a window where it's going to be a little bit cooler.
All right, Joanne has an azalea bush that's 2 years old. Do I need to cover it for the winter?
Not necessarily. Most azaleas, when we talk about azaleas, we're talking about things that are deciduous or lose their leaves. Those are perfectly hardy. If you have some that are evergreen, those are a little bit trickier. I wouldn't cover it, but you might do like some burlap on the sunny side, like on the southwestern side, to just keep the really strong sunlight off of it. But it should be fine otherwise.
All right, Tracy has a cypress tree and wants to know, when is it safe to prune and how can you prune it one time?
Okay, so I think if she's talking about cypress, she's probably talking about arborvitae. I hope. It's hard to say without knowing exactly what it is. Arborvitae are best pruned at the end of June into July. So after the new growth has come out and then it begins to darken up, we call it hardening. And then that would be when you would shear it. You want to be careful, though, that you don't pierce the green layer into the places inside in the inner part of the tree where there are just bare branches. Bare branches will not rebud on an arborvitae.
All right, Lisa, Mark wants to know, he has big yellow aphids on a mandevilla. How do I get rid of them?
Ew.
Or is the plant going to die?
Aphids make me itch, no. But what you want to do is use some insecticidal soap and put it in your bathroom, in the bathtub, and really soak it down, and then use a systemic insecticide, because those aphids will have laid eggs that maybe the insecticidal soap will not take care of. So you're going to want to do that because you're going to want to kill any eggs that are laid too. It might take a couple of treatments.
Ew,
right.
I
know, they do make me itch.
All right, Dawn didn't have time to get a cover crop planted on my raised beds this fall. Should I cover the beds with chopped straw to keep the soil covered?
Yeah, chopped straw is great, and if you put a sheet of black plastic over it and weight that down, then you'll get some really good breaking down of the straw, and then you can just till that in the spring and sort of improve the fertility of your soil.
And quickly, Paul wants to know how to protect his rhododendron he planted in the spring, grow over the summer. What do I need to do to protect them?
So like the azalea, rhododendrons, we usually consider that those are evergreen. You're going to want to do some shade on the sunny side, southwestern side. Some burlap and a couple of stakes will do it. Make sure that you irrigate it until the ground freezes. With this weather, you'd want to keep up the watering. Don't put your hoses away, everybody.
It's unusual, isn't it?
It is weird.
All right. Thanks for all of your questions. Got a lot of them in.
We did.
Lisa, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
And here is Jacob now, one final check of the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. Here's a look at the temperatures over the next 10 days. Once again, we're going to be very nice for today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll cool off a bit for the weekend, but we're still expected to be above average during that time frame. And then we are going to cool off as we head towards Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, it does look like high temperatures will be in the 30s, but at least for the most part, Thanksgiving is the kind of holiday that you mostly spend indoors anyway. But it is going to likely rain for Monday and Tuesday leading up to Thanksgiving, so we may see some hazardous travel conditions as a few snowflakes are expected, but we're not expect to see any accumulation. So enjoy the weather the next couple of days.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.